Greetings, I'm Dike Rostant. Welcome to In Depth. School is quickly drawing to a close, and we are joined by two ladies in the persons of Senior Specialist Ryane Rollock and the Science Education Coordinator and the Project Officer, Adafih Thomas. And they're joining us to discuss what we can give our youth to do during the vacation period, as well as empowering youth through science. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I didn't mention in the intro that both of you all operate under Niherst. So give us a little idea about the mandate of Niherst, please, Ryan.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having us. So the National Institute for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, also known as Niherst, is a statutory body that promotes the development of science, technology and higher education in Trinidad and Tobago. At Niherst, we aim to present innovative, creative and entrepreneurial capabilities of the general population through our efforts and develop a nation and region that can apply scientific, technological and innovative solutions to propel our socioeconomic and environmental transition. We strive to build capacity and capabilities in science and technology, specifically for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So with that audience in mind, which is reflected in our various programs and projects, including our upcoming July-August vacation camps.
And with that, thank you so much. I want to bring in Ms. Thomas. Now, Adafih, I see that you're wearing a top that has STEM marked on it, so that segues in very nicely. And how does that align, that mandate as outlined by Ms. Rollock, with the camps that are happening momentarily? And I guess you'll also give us the date for that in a bit.
Yes. So thanks, Dike, for having us. So as part of our mandate, as my colleague mentioned, we focus our energy on preparing the next generation of leaders, so we're future-proofing them. So we tailor our camps for our students to explore a variety of 21st century topic areas in fun and fascinating ways. And we use an immersive approach because this is proven effective in opening young minds to careers and possibilities in science, technology, and innovation, and allowing them to picture themselves as contributors towards the advancement of society.
It makes me wonder, what is it? Is it the immersive approach that makes Niherst camps different from a lot of the others that can be taking place around the same time?
Yes, so we like to pride ourselves as having a very unique product. And what we focused on is the key output, which is our campers. And as mentioned, these are our future leaders whose knowledge and skills we will rely on to develop and improve society. So we want to design our camps, and we have designed our camps to orient them towards science, technology, and innovation, and to contribute to their personal development. Our camp environment is perfectly crafted to cultivate their curiosity and creativity while teaching them to base their reasoning on evidence and solve problems using our unique interactive hands-on techniques and problem-based learning. And we, of course, try to expose our campus to things that they don't necessarily get on the school curriculum. And of course, an important part of our camps is skills development. So we try to engage our students in gaining critical thinking abilities and other transferable skills, such as, IT, research, design, teamwork, communication, and our favorite, technopreneurship, where technology innovation meets entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much for that. And Ms. Rollock, I hear some words, and if it was a thesis or a paper, that I'd call them keywords. So capacity, capability,
so important.
future proofing. And I think that can be a little different from just saying, okay, well, I know, I have a knowledge base. What are some of those distinctions that you would make in terms of saying, okay, well, as opposed to just having the knowledge, having the capability and the capacity?
Well, I think around the world, we're living in such different times, right? And it's so important as we try to keep up with, the advancements in technology, etc., that we continue to build capacity locally so that we are able to transform our society. We are in a very transitional time at the moment. So much has changed prior to the pandemic. We've been focusing on climate change, etc. And then with the pandemic, so much of our lives have become virtual and we have this hybrid approach to most things. So it's important that we keep our kids on their toes and up to date on all the wonderful advancements being made in society today. And we pride ourselves in doing that.
And keeping up to date and keeping people on the toes. How it is you go about saying, okay, well, these are the exact things that we are going to have at the camp? And I'll ask you that, please, Ms. Thomas, in the sense that, yes, you want to look forward and see, okay, well, this may be the thing that these individuals at this stage may need. But how do you kind of whittle that down and say, okay, well, these are the things that we're going to bear down on Adafih?
Okay, so of course, we keep in mind our audiences. So our camps are for kids between the ages of 5 to 13. So of course, we try to keep the topics and the content relevant, give them an opportunity to challenge themselves when they come to our camps, look for content that will encourage them to develop socially and as well build those 21st century skills. So we, in doing research, look for a variety of themes and topics that we can explore across our various age groups. I mentioned 5 to 13, but they're broken down into 5 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 13. And I'll just give you, I guess, a sample of what we have planned, some of the themes we have planned. For example, in our I Build theme, our 5 to 6ers will be focusing on architecture and mechanical engineering and, immerse themselves in things like toy making that will make it relevant and fun for them. And of course, competing in various building challenges using design software. So we bring in the tech there. In our 7 to 9 age range, we have a camp called Moogles Inc., where we explore the world of entrepreneurship and we make it interesting by having them create and advertise their very own smart products and solutions, including games, software that they may design. And we all intend for them to focus on problems in the community that they can address, or even in their personal lives that they can address. And in our 10 to 13 age group, we have a wonderful camp called Tinker Titans, where we teach them how to do computer-aided design, known as CAD. We teach them how to use that software to build their very own custom interactive projects. So we have a lot in store in terms of content. Definitely everything is available online, all of the details for everyone to go and explore and make the correct choices.
And we are going to talk about those details when we return from the break. And it's amazing to me, Ms. Thomas. You're saying things and I'm kind of transcribing them, and I'm hearing people going to school, going to university, doing a lot of those things. Like I had a few partners who went Transweiler, and one of the things that they were doing is AutoCAD. So being able to get your feet wet while still in school, helping you to be able to make decisions that will affect your life and career is really amazing. But we get a little deeper into it when we return. Stay with us. We come back with more. Welcome back. We are talking about empowering youth through science. We're doing it with Ryane Rollock as well as Adafih Thomas, both of Niherst. And Ms. Rollock, you'll give me that long name again if you want to, but I'm not trying to memorize it at this point in time.
It's okay. Once is enough.
But so when will the camps be held, Ms. Thomas, and how do people apply for them?
Right. So our camps, actually, we have 2 tiers. We have virtual and in person. Our virtual camps actually start on Monday, 11th July, and will run straight through the vacation period. So that's up to the end of August. Each of those camps are 5 days long, Monday to Friday, and most of the themes offer different options to attend, either the morning period or the afternoon period. Now, our in-person camps, we're still cooking up, and we'll be doing that in collaboration with NALIS. We do have an existing memorandum of cooperation with them. And at specified venues, we will conduct control sessions, but that will be during the month of August, and we will be launching that in-person camp information soon.
Thank you so much. And how important is it that you're able to have these kind of partnerships? So you talk about that memorandum of understanding, and I'll throw this to you, please, Ms. Rollock, in terms of being able to spread your impact because you're not trying to do every single thing yourself.
Right, absolutely. These collaborations and partnerships that Niherst has established with different entities allow us to spread our work that much more. For example, with this NALIS initiative or this NALIS collaboration, we previously worked with them successfully so during our Site Technofest festival, which was earlier this year. And now with the camps, we're able to take our camps and take our offerings to all the communities in Trinidad and Tobago. Whereas, you know, previously camps may have been more static and persons may have difficulty to send their children, but this time we're coming to them with these offerings. And we think that's the biggest highlight of this particular collaboration, being able to take it to the communities and also virtually be able to offer it to a wider audience. So it's so important for Niherst to continue to build relationships with different brands and entities because they only help us, these collaborations only help us to stretch our work that much further and make these offerings available to wider cross sections of the public.
I think that's one of the things that really came out of the pandemic in terms of people looking at how they can do things a little differently, because sometimes when
Absolutely.
you're kind of entrenched in one model, you may be a little loath to change it. Inertia is a real thing. But talking about inertia, let's get our hands to pockets. This free, Ms. Thomas, or people need to pay? Tell me now.
Well, there is a cost attached to these camps. In particular, our virtual camps are being offered at the price of $250, and that will be for the entire 5-day period. So very affordable. We try to make it as affordable as possible for the general public. And of course, we encourage persons to visit our website for registration information. Yeah.
And depending on where you go, a meal will cost you more than $50, and we're thinking about $50 a day. So
Right.
let's call it an investment instead of
Yeah.
a cost. Because, and once again, I want to get back to the fact that these are things that, looking at the range of STEM issues and topics and subjects, that in school, putting your feet in it, as opposed to you finish school, you're outside and then you're studying, okay, what I like, what should I do? As opposed to having some of these experiences before, so you're already starting to shade to one side or another, or, you know, I don't like this, so let me look for something else. I think it's something that's really important. And following up, is there, if someone did the first 5 days, is it possible for them to do another one? Is the subject matter different like that? I see you nodding, Ms. Rollock, so I'll ask you
Yes. Yes. Sometimes there are repeats in our camps, yes, but we offer the weekly camps. They're offered every week, and persons can opt to join in. Like we said, all the information is available where you can see all the different types of topics that you could join in on. But absolutely, if persons want to have their children continue for a couple weeks with us, we will be happy to have them.
And so you said the website. Give me the
Right.
website, please, the website info.
So the website info is www.niherst, that's niherst.gov.tt.
And Ms. Thomas, are there other things outside of this period? Because like you would have spoken about Sci Technofest, but I'm sure there are individuals who are saying there are things that I can get out of Niherst for my child, for the person in my charge, that I may not be getting as much as I want to in the traditional education system. So using Niherst to complement that level of education that is going on. What are some of those things that people can look out for, or possibly try to contact you to see whether or not they can get a quorum or cohort that Niherst says, okay, well, yes, let's do that.
Right. So our July, August camps, of course, are just a very tiny snippet on our yearly calendar of STEM education initiatives at Niherst. And we can say that the public and, of course, teachers, students can look forward to our upcoming offerings in the new academic year. We'll be launching our iSTEM Club, which is basically a STEM club that happens, meetings occur on weekends, so parents can look out for that one in particular. And although we're not opened or reopened as yet to the general public here at the National Science Center, we do offer our outreach services. So if you're a group or a school that would like us to come, set up our exhibits, conduct activities, hands-on activities with students, you're invited to send us an email of your request to marketing@niherst.gov.tt or our outreach contact email, which is outreach@niherst.gov.tt, making your specific request, and we will do our best as a team to get out to you.
No, I writing that down. Give me those two addresses again, please. But I also want to ask about, is there a ceiling? Is there a floor level? Is there what kind of amounts are we talking about? Is there a base amount? You need to have this amount of people. Is there a limit? Or we don't cater to more than this amount of people? What are those numbers like?
For our camps in particular, some of our camps or virtual camps have smaller numbers, of course, because the virtual environment, the virtual classroom environment is a little difficult to manage to ensure, students are keeping up, campus are keeping up with the content. So the smallest capacity we have per camp is 10, and the max that we have is 20, and that's in an age grouping, any specific age grouping. So it varies depending on the technical level of the camp itself. In terms of the outreach initiative, once you have your specific audience details, you send that to us as well, and we will work to suit with your request.
Well, I feel like I'm deviating from the topic because these outreach activities are very interesting to me. But Ms. Rollock, toot Niherst horn a little bit now, in the sense that in some of the time that we have, because I think there are individuals who have interacted with Niherst and have gotten to interact or engage with NASA programs. What are some of those things?
Absolutely. Yeah, so and that's why we stress so much that people follow us on our various social media pages. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Just look for Niherst and you should find us. It's quite a unique name, so not easily mixed up with anything else. But as you mentioned, we have numerous programs and projects that go on, competitions that go on throughout the year. Upcoming, actually, this week, we would have started the NYSC, which is the National Youth Science Camps that's in the US, and it allows participants from Trinidad and Tobago, and Niherst is one of the facilitators of that program. We send candidates from secondary schools every single year to represent Trinidad and Tobago at NYSC. NASA internship, similarly, is a very high and intensive program for really the stellar and standout science and technology and innovative students in Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, it was on pause for a couple of years because NASA is in favor of it being an in-person experience, so they didn't have any virtual offerings for that. But we're hoping that next year, 2023 summer, the internship program will be back, and we will be having representatives represent Trinidad and Tobago at those competitions. At that internship opportunity. And also we have various initiatives, workshops, programs, panels, and collaborations with other entities that we do throughout the year. So I can't stress enough to follow us on our social media pages for all the competitions, opportunities, and it's for all age groups, not just for children. We have competitions, we have initiatives for adults. We also have our Fab Academy. I should stress on our Fab Academy, which offers services to creatives, to entrepreneurs, etc., to come in and use our equipment to develop prototypes for any for any products that they may be wanting to design. We helped with the design process, etc. So come in, follow us. You will not be disappointed.
And with that, we say, do not limit yourself. Avail yourself of the opportunity. We want to thank you so much, Ryane Rollock, as well as Adafih Thomas, letting us know what we can do to empower you through science, as well as other things that Niherst is involved in. And we also want to thank you on behalf of the TTT News team for joining us for In Depth. I'm Dike and Rostant. Thank you once again for joining us.